I may not recognize all the other people, but I would say protocol observed. You know, the thing called Bethesda Hospital was just a dream. And we came around. It was time to leave Yumbe. We came to Soroti, and we were just praying around. And what dropped in our hearts, Bethesda Hospital. And you know, the one who names everything in our home is my wife, whether it is children. She'll find a name, and I say, what does it mean? If she gives me the meaning that is good, I take it. There are no arguments about that. So Bethesda, the word Bethesda means pool of healing. So it's very prophetic. And so we came around, and somehow Mzee John Rogers Apuret gave us this piece of land. And initially it is our village home. That house there was our village home. And we would come to the village. Odera was not a city. We were in the village. And when we came, we needed to know who was around. And I don't know whether Toto is around. We stored our building materials in this house. Late Mzee Segu's house, they had just built it. They gave us their garage, and we stored materials. But you see, to begin Bethesda, let me tell you, we had 60 million shillings. And then we went to Barclays then, now it is Abusa, and got 40 million. And that's how we started. 100 million started. How much can you do with 100 million? Just rough walls and a little roof, and that was it. And so that was only the OPD and maternity. I don't know, Dr. Kadhi was there at that time. Thank you for coming 10 years later. I was hoping Mzee Gunyu would have come, because he's the one who opened this place. And Dr. Kadhi was around. I don't know how you felt when we told you this was Bethesda Hospital. Oh, some people say, no, this is a small clinic. Look at 11 beds. And God has been good. But we have trusted God, and God has been faithful, that today those 11 beds have become 61. I was around working day and night. Dr. Dakun, Moses, and Dr. Luca are missing. Those men came and helped me, and we worked tirelessly. But as we speak today, we have many specialties. We have pediatrics, which is headed by Dr. Elizabeth. We have obs-gyn. We have general surgery. We have ear, nose, and throat. We have dental surgery. We have physiotherapy. We have a neonatal ICU. Those children that are produced when they are not ready. I was expecting our smallest baby to have come. Is that baby around? No, didn't come. That baby was 600 grams and pulled through, and now it's a child. So I was looking forward to seeing that little baby. And so it's been a lot of work over time. I remember between 2016 to 2020, we had a program here called Voucher. Every year we delivered 1,200 babies. Every year. That's when I realized that the women in Tesa are very fertile. That's how the chairman LC1 got his baby too, the last born. 1,200 babies per year. So I think the babies that have come through Bethesda should be about 8,000 in this region. 8,000 babies. And then that has been a great achievement. But also we want to thank first the district, that was the district medical office that was headed by Dr. Kadi. We worked very well together. And now we are in the city, we have a city medical officer. But Dr. Kadi, you are always welcome. You are part of the story. And we also want to thank the government of Uganda for the environment. It's good to do things when you have security. These days, my ears itch to hear gunshot, but you don't hear. Very rare, very rare. And so I can get out of my house at 8 p.m. and get to Kampala at 3 a.m. peacefully. We want to appreciate the security that we enjoy. Don't take that for granted. I have been around through overthrow for Bote 1. I was just a baby. Overthrow Idi Amin. I was reasonable, and so on and so on. It's terrible, terrible to have a rebellion. And then through the UPA and all this, Lakwena, Kony and all this, it's good to have security and peace. And I want to thank the government for that. This day we just wanted to call you, celebrate, thank God, which we have done, and we have a meal together. But I want to, guest of honor. There are two problems in Teso. Either it is poverty or ignorance, or both. I think both. Many of our people die because they avoid doing medical examinations. Even those who have money. I don't know how many. If you're age 35, you should begin thinking to do routine medical tests. You find someone is 56 and now he's come down with cancer. Something that would have been seen early, and probably the operation should have been done, the cancer would have been cut off, but people are walking. They're buying food, they're buying all kinds of things, but they cannot save a little money to go to hospital and say, please do run general examination and tests. See if I'm healthy. I think that is the biggest problem that I think we have. But I also think poverty contributes a lot, especially for people in villages. And I was hoping, guest of honor, and Mzee Lasso, that we would copy that 4-acre model. I'm very passionate about it. I've read it, I've studied it, and I have visited a few places. That 4-acre model, if you're here and you have land, go and get that document, read it, and I think it will help us and help our people in the villages to get every home to the economy of this country. And I think we are going to accelerate this so that with telemedicine coming in, but also to provide specialized care for our patients. At that note, I would like to ask some of our staff who are around, I know they are very busy, to stand up for recognition. If you're there, please stand up. Are they there? There are some there. Some are working. Thank you for working very hard. Finally, before I give this microphone to Dr. Elizabeth to say a few things. I didn't know that baby Bethesda had grown that much. Come and greet me. I want to give you some news. You know when you have just opened and somebody trusts you to come and deliver. Not like now. Now we have specialists, we have obstetricians and gynecologists around. But that time, Rebecca, thank you for trusting us and coming. Good. She's in P3. Awujo Bethesda is in P3. And because she's grown very well, you go and tell Daddy, school fees for P4 Bethesda will pay. You go tell him. I know you can pay, but we can pay. At least for P4. Good. Dr. Elizabeth.
Thank you very much. You know, over the years, from me, and I have learned to respect it. And it is in Lusoga, it says, Omwami chakobye, zena chenkoba. And it has helped for the last 22 years. So I do not want to mince any words that my husband says, but maybe to add, one of the services he didn't talk about was ophthalmology that we have. But overall, God has been so faithful because we see his goodness all the way. And this has been a progressive revelation. It is not that we had this idea in place. We came to sit in a clinic from 8 to 5 and go back home because we wanted to retire early. For some of us, we've seen our parents retiring later, and we're like, nah, we want to retire early and maybe go home and do something. But God had different plans. And 10 years later, this is how far he has brought us. And what better way to celebrate these 10 years with the launching of telemedicine. My heart, I think today I might sleep, have deep sleep, and dream, because this is something that we have been looking for. For one of the core values of Bethesda is technology. And we realize we live in a changing world. And COVID taught us that life is changing. And so embracing technology has been beautiful. And with this telemedicine, it's wonderful. So would want to particularly thank Global Offsite Care, led by none other than the telemedicine ambassador, Princess Doctor. Thank you very much. Thank you for loving us. And also for Engineer Taylor for coming alongside and supporting us. And I believe 1 year later, when you come, you'll be surprised. Not because of what we have done, but because of what God has done through us. So for us, we want to enjoy the time. We don't want to speak so much. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. And we look forward to more interactions. It might not be medical. It might just be sitting to have a cup of coffee and just talk about how God has been good. Thank you, and God bless you.